Good evening, YouTube. It's Francia back with another word. So when God says, "Shorty, go give my people something to eat, give them some spiritual food, because they can't live off of bread alone." He's saying my people are being perished by lack of knowledge. He's talking about the knowledge of God, the Bible. He's saying that they're not applying it to their life. They're just living their day to day without reading the good book. And he's saying that when you call me, I will not answer, and I will ignore you, and I will ignore your children. So most times he tell me go and be transparent, give them something through a mistake that I have made, or tell them not to make the same mistake. Tell my people not to make the same mistake that you have made. So coming from Corinthians 6:4, it's saying adultery. Flee from sexual immortality. All other sins or person commit are outside the body, but whosoever sexually sin against their own body. This sin will not only is not only a sin that God don't like. It's also the quickest sin that can destroy you. This one's coming from Matthew 5:28. It's lust. I do not tell you that anyone who looks at a woman, when I say woman, it also means woman or man, woman. This means that it's for, I just said that already, it's for man or woman. Lust is fully, you're already committed sin. Adultery with your own heart, his or her own heart. James 4:17, accountability. Also, whosoever knows the right thing to do and fails to do it, for him it is sin. Also, Corinthians 6:3, the body is not meant to be sexual immorality, but for the Lord, and the Lord for the body. The body is your temple. Fornication. So this is Corinthians 7:2. Nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife. Let every woman has their own husband. So this is about sexual morality, lust, and fornication and adultery. So it is being self-aware of wholeness, knowing your self-worth, knowing you are valued, knowing your value, knowing who you are and whose you are. Also has tied into fake, something fake, an illusion is not real, something that's not real. This message is tied to something that's not real, like a real love, your feelings. It may look like you have to take your feelings out of it. It look like happiness. Not one is in charge of one's happiness. It's a filler. It's something that like an illusion. It's a filler. It's something that can't make you happy. It's just something temporary. This appears to look like real love at times. You have to take your feelings out of it. This is something that you have to ask God to help you with. It's something that you spin the block on. It's something that's not real. You do not care for it, or you do not care for the person. It's just a fun time. If the person have somebody else, leave it alone. Leave them alone. This is a very dangerous game. It is toxic. It is very manipulative. The individuals, the people that are involved, they are involved for different reasons. And that might not be your reasons. That's why you shouldn't go in with your feelings. Let's see. Also, we have, sometime God will tell you not to do it. It's for reasons that he already know why you shouldn't do it. But I did it anyway. When God told me to leave it alone and not to touch it, I did it anyway. God is not a God. I don't know how he works with you guys, but he don't tell me all the time, no, don't do it. Sometimes he let me do stuff and show me why I shouldn't have did it. Like, he'll show me. So when God said be transparent, so it was the one particular situation that I was in for like 5 years. God told me not to be bothered with this person, but I was disobedient and I messed with the person anyway. It was everything that went against God. It was his spirit, it was his mind, spirit, body, soul, everything. It was what was attached to him, the soul ties. It was demonic. It was not of God. So that's why when he said be transparent, you know, that's what he means. So you guys could learn from me as I learn as I'm going, so I could teach you guys. So it was his actions. It was how the person was acting. Very schizophrenic, spirits, real darkness, a dark situation. He was like of the dark. He wasn't of God. His behaviors wasn't of God. Smoking, drinking, talking to spirits, whatever spirit that he chose at the time that was there when I was with him. This is something I witnessed. It wasn't safe to continue to be with this guy, to sleep with him. God didn't like it, but he told me that he wanted me to see what he was doing and why I shouldn't have been with him. So this happened, this went on for 5 years. I wrote some stuff down, so I'm trying to like skim through it, but get you the most important things. Basically, I knew his situation. I did not know him. I didn't know the stuff that he was into, but I knew his situation. And we both agreed. So I decided to leave. I just decided to disappear one day out of nowhere. Like I said, I'm sure he have other people lined up to do what he want them to do and how he want to move how he want to move. It's not like I dislike the person. It's not like that we left on bad terms. It's none of that. It's just I was just being obedient and stopped messing with him. Just all of a sudden I just stopped. So okay, again, I'm sure he have people that is willing to do whatever, you know, with him and to move how he want them to move. He's not worrying about how they're moving. He's worrying about how he's moving. What else? And he was very, like, he didn't sleep with anybody, but he had a type that he liked. Although he had many different females, he's real picky with them. He pick and choose how he want to move with them. But it was up to me to stop it, because he would have never stopped seeing me. He would have never stopped seeing me. I don't care what was going on with him in his life. He would have never stopped seeing me. I had to stop. I had to stop him from seeing me. He had many women. I call it like shuffling the deck, that he could shuffle the deck and get who he want, when he want, how he want. But he knew that I was not replaceable. And I also knew that with him. Like, I knew that it was just something that I experienced with him. So I knew that he was not, you know, regular. And he said the same thing about me. I'm like, I can't be replaced. And he said the same thing to me about himself. So it's just like a shuffling of the deck to see who is available for what he need them for, how he moving on his time. The type of behaviors, like I said, it was 5 years. The particular person, I won't name names. This is actually a stronghold. It created soul ties. That's why God told me no the first time when he saw me with him. It's something that had to be broken off. This is something that the adversary used to keep you from God's purpose and your promise, all the promises God gave you. Let's see. It was fun while it lasted. And I told him eventually, you know, we would have to stop, break it off or whatever. And he was like, eventually, like, he didn't believe it. Because, you know, he just didn't believe it. Like, she's not going nowhere, you know. And I'm like, oh, he's not going nowhere. But I'm like, I knew, like, God was telling me, like, okay, you got to wrap this up. Like, you know, this got to stop eventually. And I told him that. When I was feeling it, I told him that. It felt good, like, when I was, you know, doing the stuff that I was doing, when I was having fun or whatever I was having, sex or whatever it was. It was fun. It was really fun. He was a whole vibe. But I was doing none of the stuff that he was doing. It was definitely on two separate roads, very unequally yoked. But, you know, it felt good. I had a lot of fun, but leaving, when it was time to leave, it wasn't good for me. He struggled with it as well. And we wasn't supposed to never get that close. It's not that he can't trust me. He can always trust me. It wasn't that. And he knew that. It was just that I didn't belong in the world doing the stuff that I was doing, basically. So, and he knew that. I knew from like the time, like, I knew like certain times, without saying so much, I knew certain times, like when he was looking at my Bible, like when he was, like when he was looking at my Bible and stuff, like certain things that God was showing me, like, about him, like, oh yeah. I said, oh yeah, this is not that, and that is not this. So I knew it was over. So when it was time to leave, it didn't feel good for neither one of us. But he also had to get back to his life as he knew it. And I definitely had to get back to what I was supposed to do, what thus said the Lord was telling me to do. What else? It's a filler. It was just something, a fun, something, it's a filler, something that, it's a distraction, actually, and it's a filler, too. So I'm going to stop right here, and I'm going to do part 2. I'll be back with part 2.